Welcome. This is My Favorite Mortgage Podcast. I'm Jaimie Booth, a licensed loan officer in Arizona and Texas, and you're listening to My Favorite Mortgage. This is a newer podcast that lets you behind the curtains of the buying and selling process, and we like to bring on experienced, fun individuals that work in our industry that we can hang out with, chit chat, give some advice. And today we have Lily Sanchez with us.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. It's a great day. The CPI reports come out. I don't know what the results are, but
They've been looking good for the last month or so.
okay, good. Because I did another recording, so I haven't been able to get on the news or do anything.
Yeah, I haven't seen it today, but
I do get a text alert, and it does show that we're having a good day.
okay,
So-
good.
And you're a realtor here in Tucson with Omni.
Omni's Home International. Yeah, I just switched off to them early this month, and they're great, honestly.
Congratulations.
Yeah, a lot of support. They save you money, if anything. It's crazy.
Oh, well, that's really good because, realtors, especially on the first year, there's not a lot of money coming in.
Yeah, you need to start creating, your lead system and creating your own organization system. But not only that, then there's a lot of things to pay for. Just marketing, your for sale signs, open house signs,
Business cards.
name
Name tags. Or
Yeah,
did they
name
buy
tags.
that for you?
No, I bought everything.
Okay.
Yeah, but I liked it because they're very, very flexible because I have a marketing background. And a lot of brokerages are not like that. They're like, yeah, as long as you get brokerage approval, you're good. And I'm like, cool. Well, I'm going to go off with that. I'll keep Omni. I'll keep the colors and everything like that. I love the colors, like a cute, aquamarine.
But they give you flexibility.
Yeah, which I
Nice.
love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I created my own business cards. I love the way it came out. Like I put a little Roadrunner in there.
Well, we'll put your information down below. So if anyone's looking for a realtor, we'll provide her information. But I wanted to touch base on you are a transplant into Tucson.
Yeah.
And you grew up on the East Coast. Where'd you grow up at?
In not a great neighborhood, Newark, New Jersey, which is right next to Manhattan. So it's a big culture shock being, moving over here. It was like late 2017, so it's been a good 7 years now. But I go back 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah. Newark, New Jersey. So you get that tunnel like The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Do you ever sing the song when you go back home?
Funny, I never seen The Sopranos. They shot an episode of it in my block, though.
Wow.
Yeah, because they shot in Newark. So you see how crappy, can I say that word? You can see how crappy of a neighborhood it is. It's deteriorated over the years, but I think it's getting a little better now.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So how long? You've been in Tucson 7 years, you said.
I think so.
17? Yeah, I got to do.
One of those years, yeah.
Well, let's let the listeners, for those of you that are either contemplating moving to Tucson or you're being relocated to Tucson for work or family, what are some of the things that people need to know about moving to Tucson?
The heat, first and foremost, if you're looking at a con. The pro, the traffic. Not much traffic.
Oh.
It depends where you are, I guess, time
Yeah.
of day, but you're doing a lot of construction on the I-10, the main highway over here. But probably within the next year or two, it's going to be so much bigger, and there's not much traffic. You can go wherever you want to go without just spending so much time sitting down in your car, which is a big problem in the Northeast.
You're right.
It's a waste of time.
The gridlock, the just parking lot.
There's no tolls over here if you're from Northeast. There's no
yeah.
tolls. You barely ever have to pay for parking. I think the
Yeah.
insurance is even cheaper, even though insurance everywhere is going high, but it's still cheaper here than it is there.
You mentioned the heat.
Yeah.
What has been the hottest day that you can remember?
125-ish, I think. High 120s. That was, I used to have a car that I drove down here with black leather seats. Don't do black leather seats if you move to Tucson. They look pretty. They're not great.
No.
I burned I didn't burn it, but it felt like I burned my legs when I got into my car after letting it sit in the sun for hours, and that was like around the 120s, and it hurt.
You know what you can really legitimately burn yourself on is the metal part of your seatbelt.
Yes.
If that isn't tucked away or put away and the sun is hitting that, it'll burn you.
Yeah. It will. It gets really hot.
So one of the things that we do here, just so that you know, is we find our parking spots based on shade.
Yes. I will drive an extra 20, 30 feet. I don't care. It's on shade. That means a lot to me. And you need a sun visor.
Sun visors.
Yes. I didn't have for the first year, and I was like, oh, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah, it's amateur hour if you forget to put your sun visor up.
And water. You need to have water wherever you go. You're going to get thirsty all the time because this is dry heat, which is great for your hair. My hair's nowhere near as frizzy as it was before because of all the humidity over there.
Yes.
Good for Florida, Louisiana people if they want to move over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need water. You get really dry.
Lots of water. Yep, you're right. The beautiful thing, though, with Tucson is people, when they come out and visit, they always mention the mountains.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Like 360 view. Like
there's mountain ranges all around us.
Yes, I would take living in Tucson than living in Phoenix. I get Phoenix is more popular. Yep. It's bigger. There's more things to do possibly, but it's so much prettier here. Again, less traffic. The mountains are just gorgeous. You can drive up to Mountain Lemon.
And then you get, 75-degree weather when we're 105 down the mountain.
Yeah.
Same town, you just drive up the mountain.
It's a good 20, 30 degrees cooler. Yeah. It's so pretty. And then you see the skylight. I'm sorry, the city
views.
Skyline. Yeah,
the skyline. What about, you mentioned something else because we were chit-chatting about this. You said the street lights.
Yes. Again, I'm from right next to Manhattan. It gets a lot of lights over there. You always see where you're going. I didn't even notice for the first 1 or 2 weeks that I moved over here. And I was like, what's going on? What's different over here? It's dark. Like, there's not as many street lights depending where you are.
The overhead street lights. And that's because Tucson has a great big telescope center called Kit Peak. So we have a dark sky ordinance where even you do see street lamps, but they have this little piece of like plastic or something that blocks it from going up. So the light is directed down only on the few street lights that we have. But for the majority, if you're driving around town and it's dark, if it's not a major road, there's no lamps.
Yeah, very few. You could see where you're going pretty easily, but I actually really love that ordinance because if you go to your backyard, you always see like a million stars. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. We used to, and I say used to because we haven't done it in a while, my husband and I would go just sit in the backyard and we would see shooting stars.
Really?
Yeah.
I see them every once in a while.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous.
Can't do that in Manhattan.
Yeah. No, you can't.
No, can't do that. I lived on Long Island, so we started joking. There's no stars. No.
City life has a different kind of beauty, but I kind of prefer this to that.
Well, I always like to thank you again for sharing that because it kind of makes me reminisce too because I'll forget.
Yeah, and the desert. Like if you want to kill someone, I'm sure you could dig them wherever you want. There's so much land.
No, she's not from New Jersey.
Maybe I did watch The Sopranos.
She's thinking of where she can bury bodies.
There's so much desert. They'll never find them. I have no record.
You know what's so funny? I have a few dad jokes, and the first one I have is, guys, don't throw sodium chloride at people. It's a salt.
I found one.
Oh, she's got one.
I found one. I saved it. Her. Yeah, you did. I thought it was stupidly funny. If you ever get locked out of your house, just talk to your lock calmly. Communication is key.
That's a good one. I haven't heard that one.
It's the only one I found that I liked.
It's a good pun. Do you want to hear another joke? A potassium joke? Okay.
It took me a second to get that.
A few episodes ago. Oh God, Lily, this is just so bad. It's a little story, and we have some bloopers that are off of the reel, but for almost 2 years now, we are number 61. You are number 61 of episodes that we have produced.
Congratulations! That is amazing.
And I've been playing a game for as long as we've been doing this called Smash or Pass. And I dated myself because I didn't know what Smash or Pass really was pertaining to.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was good and bad, this or that. So this whole time, I've been going, we're going to play Smash or Pass. So I texted one of our guests, and I'm like prepping him, like getting him ready. I'm like, we're going to play a game, Smash or Pass. And he comes in, and he's like, I was a little nervous about that one. And I'm like, why? And he tells me really what it meant. And I was just floored. I texted my assistant. I texted my husband.
Why didn't you say this?
I had no idea. And I was like, why didn't you tell me, Joe? This whole time, I thought it was more innocent than it really was.
They're like, I thought you were playing a game.
Yeah. I had no idea.
I thought you were, it's kind of a, what's it called? A euphemism? Innuendo.
Yeah. No. See, there's the ambulance.
Yeah, it's very loud. Wow.
Yeah.
That was like on the table.
So I had a big dose of reality that I've been doing this innocently. So just oblivious. So I have a new name for it. Okay. We're going to call it Take It or Leave It. Is that good? Right?
I like smash and pass. That's fun.
Okay. If you're smash or pass is fine. But I was like, okay.
Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. So let's do this. Smash or pass. Let's just fuck it. I don't care. Smash or pass. A VA buyer that is using Veterans United as their lender. Smash or pass.
I'll try to pass. I'll smash, but I'll try to pass. I'd rather pass.
Yeah. She's going to pass that over to me.
Absolutely, I will.
Solar panels on a new listing that you got. Smash or pass.
I'll smash it. I did a solar panel yesterday. I talked to them, and they told me all the great things about having solar panels. So I'll smash it.
Okay.
Or take it.
Whatever. Smash or pass. A seller that is refusing to lower the asking price after it's been on the market for 6 months.
Don't even continue. Just pass that. When you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money.
Good job.
They're wasting their time. They're wasting their money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If they're not getting that through their head, it's like, okay, well, there goes another mortgage payment for you. More utilities for you.
Yeah. There's a reason why that they came to you in the first place.
Exactly.
You're the expert.
Yeah. And I do work expireds a good amounts. And I think most of them learned their lesson after your house sat in the market for 5-6 months. And again, 5 or 6 mortgage payments is a lot of money.
Right.
As well as utilities and interest payments and whatnot. Yeah. And I was like, listen, you could keep doing this, but it's not going to work.
Right.
The price means a lot. Price, location, conditions, the biggest things to sell homes.
And those are the things that you touched on. There's some things you cannot change. You can't change the location.
Yeah.
Or the views, but you can change the price.
Exactly. I could do all the marketing in the world. People aren't going to buy an overpriced house. Do you want to buy an overpriced house?
No.
Exactly.
Good point.
It's not an extra $100.
No. Plus, it's also consuming not only their mortgage payments and their costs, but your time. You don't get paid until a deal closes. You're commission only. You've invested money in photos, videos, marketing,
a lot of time on that. Yeah. It takes time to list a house. It takes time to get all that information inputted. Yeah. And I like to go above and beyond and make sure that there is a good amount of social media marketing or print marketing going on with everything. But besides that, there's also your reputation. Now you're angry with me. I know you're angry with me because it's happening. What I told you is going to happen, sitting on the market.
And you're angry just right back.
Exactly. Yes.
So, yeah, if they're not going to listen, they're not going to take your advice, then pass. Thank you for that. All right. So I have permission. We're just sticking with smash or pass. You should leave it. I asked Joe if he recorded my reaction when I first learned. We didn't have it on film, but I would have given anything to just get my face. I was like, what?
You're like, I'm a professional.
I've been around. I know things. Like, how did I not know this?
And that's my generation who uses that word a lot. And my fiance, when I met him, he was like, I'm going to go smash tonight. And I was like, okay. He loves Super Smash Brothers, the video game. And he uses that because he knows if people think the other thing. They're like, nope, I'm going to play Super Smash Brothers, the video game.
Oh my gosh.
And he'd always say that. It's like, you want to come smash tonight to like a group of people? I'm like, what?
And they're thinking...
He's got a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Once I found out. Before that, I was like, what the hell is wrong with you?
So it was him and his job relocation that brought you to Tucson, right?
It was, yeah, which I think is most people's stories.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got Homeland Security job, which you can't pass up on that. It's a great job.
Right. That's what I always wonder, and I think I asked you this too. I'm like, why Tucson? What brought you here? It's so hot. I grew up here, moved away, came back. So it's always interesting, but you're right. Work, family.
A Costco gas attendant told me, and it was just so right. Ever since I heard that years ago, I was like, yeah, you're here for Raytheon, you're here for engineering, you're here for the military. There's a big military base here, Air Force base here, or you're here for Homeland Security, because there's a couple of bases over there too. All great jobs.
Right. And we're not far from the border. So that Border Patrol, position, which I've helped many, many buyers that are in that position. They pay really well.
Yeah.
It's job security.
Yeah.
So
you got a lot of people relocating here from Mexico.
Yeah.
From everywhere, Midwest, Northeast, South.
That's hilarious.
Sorry to interrupt the podcast. We didn't want the podcast to run too long, so we decided to split it up into 2 parts. Keep an eye out next week for part 2 of the podcast with Lily Sanchez and her journey on becoming a real estate agent. See you next week.